were married for 20 years before they had children. Finally, Rebekah became pregnant, and she was going to have twins. But Rebekah could feel the twins fighting inside of her, and she did not like that at all, and she asked God about it. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from within you will be separated. One will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. When the twins were born, they were very different from each other. A lot of times, twins look a lot alike, don't they? But the first boy was red and very hairy all over. They named him Esau. Hold on. And Isaac, their dad, liked Esau the best. The second boy was born right after the first one. In fact, he was holding on to his brother's heel when he was born. His parents named him Jacob. Jacob's skin was very soft and smooth, and Rebekah liked Jacob the best. So the first one, Esau, what did he look like?
He was like hairy and red.
He was all hairy all over. And he was their dad's favorite. And the second one, do you remember his name, Ben? What's his name? Jacob. And his skin was soft and smooth. And Rebekah, their mom, she liked Jacob the best.
Is there stuff for you?
No, baby, that's a freckle. Okay, listen. So parents should love each of the children and not have favorites, right? But Isaac and Rebekah, they had their favorites.
But you know I'm the favorite.
As he grew, Esau, the firstborn, loved to be outside and was a very good hunter. His father, Isaac, loved to eat the tasty meat from the animals that Esau had caught. Esau was his father's favorite son. Jacob was quieter and enjoyed working around the home. His mother, Rebekah, loved him the best. So one day, Jacob was home cooking some stew, and Esau had been out hunting, and when he returned, he was very hungry. He was so hungry that he thought he was going to die. Jacob, give me some of that red stew, begged Esau. I'm starved. Not unless you sell me your birthright, said Jacob. Birthright? If I die, my birthright won't do me any good, said Esau. And I'm just about to die. Sure, I will give you my birthright if you will give me some stew. So after Esau promised to sell his birthright to Jacob, Jacob brought him bean stew, bread, and something to drink. Esau thought he made a good trade, but really, Jacob was the one who got the better deal. Jacob had played a mean trick on his brother. Because he was older, because he was the oldest, Esau would have received special treatment when their father died. To have the birthright was a very special privilege and duty. He would be in charge of many things, but Esau did not take this seriously. He gave all that away for some stew. Esau had given up his birthright to his younger brother, but there was something else that was very special in a family. The father would give a special blessing to his son. Hey, sit up. In the blessing, the father would say who would get the most respect and who would be the leader of the family. He would give good wishes of wealth, power, and safety for his son's future. What? Please be still.
Wait. Don't put me down.
Okay, well, if you would listen and not interrupt me, it would be done a lot sooner. Okay? So when Isaac was very old, he called to Esau, his oldest and favorite son. Be still. Quit leaning on the table and be still.
One time
because it makes it easy. When Esau was very old, he called Esau, his oldest and favorite son, to bring him to him and said, I'm going to give you the special family blessing today. Go and hunt for some wild game to cook the tasty food that you and I like to eat so much. We will eat together, and then I will bless you. So Esau set off to go hunting. But someone else heard what Isaac was saying. Remember how he said Esau was Isaac's favorite son, and Jacob was Rebekah's favorite son? Well, Rebekah did not want Esau to have the blessing. She wanted her favorite son, Jacob, to get the blessing instead of Esau. So Rebekah decided to trick her husband. She called Jacob to her so they could make a plan together. Jacob should have stopped his mother, but he went right along with the plan. Rebekah told Jacob how they would trick Isaac. She needed to fool him into thinking that Jacob was Esau, so that he would give him the blessing instead. No, you can't.
Can I just mess it up?
No. Here's how the plan would work. First, she told Jacob to go and kill 2 goats so that she could prepare them just the way Isaac liked. Isaac would eat the goats and think they were the wild game that Esau had hunted. Next, she had to make Jacob's smooth skin feel like his hairy brother's, because remember, Esau had hair all over and Jacob did not. So she put the skin from the goats, Sean, on Jacob's arms and neck to make so that Isaac would feel them and think it was hairy Esau. She also put Esau's clothes on Jacob so that Isaac would smell it and think that it was Esau, because he was old and he couldn't see very good. So when Jacob went to his father's tent, his father could not see that it was Jacob. He wasn't sure, so he asked to feel Jacob's hands. When he felt the goat skin, he thought it was Esau's hairy hands. When he tasted the goat meat, he thought it was the wild game that Esau had hunted. When he smelled Esau's clothes on Jacob, he really thought it was his oldest son. Isaac had been tricked. So Isaac gave the blessing that was supposed to go to the oldest son to Jacob, the youngest son. This was so important that once the blessing had been spoken, it could not be taken back. In his blessing, he said, many nations will serve you and peoples will bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may the sons of your mother bow down to you. Those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed. Isaac had just finished giving his blessing to Jacob when Esau came in from hunting. What do you guys think? You think he was probably pretty angry, wasn't he? When he found out his brother tricked his dad. He fixed some tasty food just like his father asked and took it to his father so that he could receive the blessing. Then, who are you? His father asked. And then he realized he had been deceived. Someone else has already hunted an animal and brought us to me. I blessed him, and the blessings cannot be changed. Sit up. Isaac was very sad and angry that his own son had deceived him. Esau became very angry and begged his father to bless him too. Jacob tricked me 2 times. First, he took my birthright, and now he has taken my blessing. Esau was so angry that he decided to kill his brother Jacob once his father had died. So when Rebekah heard about Esau's plans, of course she wanted to protect Jacob, her favorite, so she sent him away to stay with her brother until Esau had calmed down. She told Isaac that Jacob could find a wife there. Everyone in the family was hurt because Rebekah and Jacob decided to lie and trick Isaac. Tricking someone is called deceit. So who was Isaac and Rebekah's sons? What was their names?
Dude.
Jacob and
I was about to say that.
Esau. Jacob and Esau. How are they different?
The purple names.
Because their names.
one has a lot of hair, and one has is the skin is smooth.
Yeah. Esau was very hairy, and he liked the outdoors and hunting. And Jacob liked the indoors, and his skin was smooth. What was the thing that Esau traded his birthright for?
Soup.
A bowl of stew, yeah. Which brother was the family blessing supposed to have gone to?
Esau.
Esau, the oldest. How did Rebekah and Jacob trick Isaac into giving the blessing to Jacob?
They put Jacob in Esau's clothes, and they put goat skin on him and gave him the goat meat.
What did Esau want to do to Jacob?
And kill him.
He wanted to kill him. So Rebekah and Jacob, what do? They lied, and they were deceitful. And here's some things that the Bible says. Honey, I need you to stay in your seat. What the Bible says about that. In Proverbs 12:17, he that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. No. Ephesians 4:25, wherefore putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another. In 1 Peter 2:1 says, therefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrites and envies and all evil speakings. It's saying to not lie and do evil things. So we're going to do a little experiment about lying. Because...
Is it done?
Sit down.
I need this what?
You need to stretch. Because who were the ones that lied in our story?
The Jacob and his mom.
Rebekah and Jacob, yeah. And does God like it when we tell lies? No. Here's this.
How can we do that?
Okay, hold on. I found this little song on the internet. I'm going to read it, okay? Listen to the words, okay? When you tell one lie, it leads to another. So you tell 2 lies to cover each other. Then you tell 3 lies, and oh brother, you're in trouble up to your ears. So you tell 4 lies to try to protect you. Then you tell 5 lies so folks won't suspect you. Then you tell 6 lies, and you'll collect a life filled with worries and fears. Because you can't remember how many lies you've told, and half the things you say aren't true. And sometime you'll slip up, you'll trip up, then whatever will become of you. It says the trouble with lies is that they don't go away once they're told. They spread. Lies make a mess of friendships. They stain your character. They become so big and unmanageable that the whole focus of your life is spent taking care of lies. Okay. So do it over your towel. Hold your hands out in a cup like Ben's are, okay?
Like this?
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna pour
Oh shoot.
some of this into your hand, and listen, you have to keep it in your hand and don't let it drip out, okay?
Can I eat it?
Listen, no. So this chocolate syrup represents a lie. Sometimes.
No, don't want it. I don't want it.
I don't want to get my hands all
You gotta
sticky.
keep it. You gotta keep it.
It's cold. It's cold.
Keep it in there. Don't let it come out.
Ah!
You told a big lie.
How long is this?
Hold on, listen. Sometimes lies are fun, right? They're exciting, kind of like chocolate syrup. It tastes good in your mouth. It's sweet and yummy. When you lie to get out of
Not in
trouble
your hands.
or avoid a consequence, it feels like you're winning at first. Don't let it slip out. Who likes to work? Do you guys like work?
Not
Really? Did you know that lying is actually a lot of work? It takes effort to remember the lies you tell. Sometimes you have to tell even more lies to cover up the first lie that was spoken.
Mom, can I
So you have to tell even more lies.
No.
Even more lies to cover up that first little lie. And then more
Oh
lies.
my God,
And you just keep, remember, 2 turns into 3 and 3 turns into 4.
Smells good though.
So what happens when the initial excitement of a lie passes? You start to feel guilty. Have you ever told a lie and then felt bad after?
That was what's.
So now you have the burden of guilt added to the burden of remembering what lies you told.
Oh, yeah.
Don't eat it.
Can I move my hands?
And the hassle of telling more lies to keep your story together. Don't let it fall. It can wear you out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Sean's still-
No.
Okay,
Stop.
would you guys like to play a board game or go ride your go-kart, or would y'all like to go to Mama's?
Yeah.
That sounds fun, don't it? Oh, but wait. You have all these lies in your hands.
No, it's chocolate
The
syrup.
lies have made it so you can't do things you like to do.
I'm gonna eat it.
Sometimes
want it
telling
out of
lies.
Can I grip it?
Sometimes telling lies makes it so we lose friends or special privileges. Listen, people can't. Yeah, you're keeping yours in, ain't you? People can't trust you to tell the truth. Being dishonest makes life an icky, sticky mess.
I'm on the force. It's actually a sticky mess.
It is. It's an icky, sticky mess.
It all dipped
Okay,
out.
there is a way to make the lies better.
Mine didn't even spill yet.
How can we make our lives better?
I don't
We repent, and what are you getting ready to do? Wash your hands? Be
Yeah.
washed clean. When we confess,
Can I eat it?
listen, when we confess,
I
say
did not
sorry.
spill any yet.
What do? We confess, we say sorry,
Mom, I'm
and
gonna
try hard to
say
keep the
so.
commandments. We can be
I'm
forgiven.
not gonna
Listen, Jesus made it possible for us to be clean and free of our burden of mistakes. Okay, Carrie, go. You can go wash your hands.
I'm
No, I'll
not
eat it.
waiting.
No, you're not eating it.